Imagine waking up one morning. There's no alarm clock screaming beside your bed, no rush to get ready for work, no stress about unpaid bills, no boss sending you messages at 7 a.m. asking why you're late. Instead, you wake up slowly. You stretch, you walk to the window, sunlight fills the room, and the first thing you check isn't your work email, it's your bank account. And something interesting has happened. Your money has grown while you were sleeping. No overtime, no extra hours, no stress, just growth. Your investments worked overnight, your systems generated income, and your time finally belongs to you. Now, let me ask you something. Does that sound like a dream? For most people, it does, because the sad truth is this. Most people don't experience this kind of life, not because they're stupid, not because they're lazy, and not because they lack talent. Most people never reach financial freedom because they were never taught the real rules of money. School teaches us many things, math, science, history, but there's one subject that is almost never taught: how money actually works, how wealth is created, how the rich think differently about finances. So people grow up believing in a very simple formula: study hard, get a good job, work hard for 40 years, and eventually retire. But here's the uncomfortable truth. That formula was designed for survival, not for wealth. And in this video, we're going to break down the real path to becoming rich in real life, not through lottery tickets, not through luck, not through unrealistic internet promises, but through habits, systems, and decisions that ordinary people can apply. And by the end of this video, the way you see money might completely change forever. Let me tell you a story of a two-friend, Johnson and Clara. They graduate from university on the exact same day. They studied the same major, they attended the same classes, they even had similar grades. Both are intelligent, both are hardworking, both are ambitious, and both are excited to begin their careers. Johnson gets a job at a respectable company. Good salary, good benefits, good reputation. Every month his paycheck arrives, and naturally he starts upgrading his lifestyle. He moves into a nicer apartment, he buys a new phone and a very nice and expensive car. Weekends are filled with restaurants, trips, and shopping. Nothing extreme, just normal life. After all, he worked hard to earn that money. After some time, Clara also gets a job. Her salary is very similar, but she makes one small decision that changes everything. Instead of spending most of her income, she starts buying assets. Maybe she invests in stocks, maybe she buys into a small business, maybe she purchases a small rental property. Every month, she takes a portion of her income and puts it into something that can grow, something that can produce more money. At first, her lifestyle doesn't look very impressive. She still drives an older car, she still lives modestly, but behind the scenes, something powerful is happening. 10 years later, their lives look completely different. Johnson is still working, still earning, still spending, still waiting for the next paycheck. If he stops working, his income stops. But Clara? Her investments now generate income every month, even if he takes time off, even if she travels, even if she sleeps, her money continues working. And eventually, her investments begin earning more money than her job. At that moment, everything changes, because now work becomes optional. And this story reveals a painful truth. Most people follow the traditional formula: work hard, earn money, spend money, repeat, year after year, decade after decade. But wealthy people follow a completely different formula: earn money, buy assets, assets produce more money, use that money to buy more assets. Imagine you invest a small amount of money every month. At first, the growth seems tiny, almost invisible. You might even feel discouraged, but over time, your money begins earning returns. Then those returns start earning returns, and suddenly something magical happens. Growth accelerates. The numbers begin to snowball. What started as something small becomes something powerful. This is why many wealthy people started investing early, not because they had more money, but because they had more time. Time is the secret ingredient that transforms small investments into massive fortunes. The earlier you start, the easier the journey becomes. Another major difference between rich and poor people is mindset. Most people see money as something to spend. Wealthy people see money as a tool. Instead of asking, "What can I buy with this money?" they ask, "How can this money make more money?" That one question changes everything. A poor mindset buys expensive items to look rich. A wealthy mindset buys assets that actually create wealth. This shift in thinking affects every decision: how you spend, how you save, how you invest, and ultimately, how you live your life. But let's be honest for a moment. Becoming rich in real life is not easy. If it were easy, everyone would already be rich. It requires discipline, patience, and sometimes years of sacrifice. There will be moments when progress feels slow, moments when it feels like nothing is happening, moments when other people seem to be moving ahead faster, moments when quitting feels tempting. But wealth is not built by those who quit early. It is built by those who stay consistent when others give up. The difference between successful people and everyone else is surprisingly simple. They kept going longer. And before you invest in stocks, before you invest in businesses, there is one investment that comes first: investing in yourself, your knowledge, your skills, your mindset. Because the more valuable you become, the more opportunities you create, the more income you can generate, and the faster you can build wealth. Self-education is one of the highest return investments in the world. Books, courses, learning new skills, understanding markets, improving your thinking. These things can transform your financial future. So if you truly want to become rich in real life, remember these 4 simple rules. Earn money, spend less than you earn, invest consistently, and think long-term. Wealth is not built overnight, but with the right habits, the right mindset, and the right decisions repeated every single day, financial freedom becomes almost inevitable. One day, you'll look back and realize something incredible. The life you once dreamed about is now your reality. Building wealth is powerful, but understanding what destroys wealth is just as important. So here's the 5 common mistakes that keep millions of people stuck financially. Mistake number 1, lifestyle inflation. This is one of the biggest traps people fall into. When people start earning more money, they immediately start spending more money, more expensive lifestyle. At first, it feels like progress, but in reality, their expenses grow just as fast as their income. So even though they earn more, they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Wealthy people avoid this trap. When their income increases, they increase their investments, not their lifestyle. This one habit alone can change your financial future. Mistake number 2, trying to get rich quickly. Many people are attracted to shortcuts, get-rich-quick schemes, high-risk investments, promises of overnight success. But real wealth rarely happens overnight. It is built slowly, through patience, through discipline, through consistent decisions over many years. Most millionaires did not become rich in a single moment. They became rich through thousands of small, smart decisions. Mistake number 3, depending on only one source of income. If your entire financial life depends on one paycheck, you are financially vulnerable. One job loss, one economic downturn, one unexpected event, and everything can collapse. This is why wealthy people focus on building multiple income streams. They might have salary income, investment income, business income, rental income, online income. The more income streams you build, the more financially secure you become. Mistake number 4, fear of investing. Many people keep all their money in savings accounts. They're afraid of losing money. But here's the problem. Inflation slowly destroys the value of money sitting in cash. Over time, the purchasing power decreases. Wealthy people understand that money must be put to work through investments, through assets, through opportunities that grow over time. Smart investing is not gambling, it is a strategy. Mistake number 5, not starting early enough. Many people tell themselves, I'll start investing later. I'll start saving when I earn more. I'll think about money in the future. But time is the most powerful advantage in wealth building. The earlier you start, the easier everything becomes. Even small amounts invested early can outperform large amounts invested late. Waiting is one of the most expensive financial decisions people make. So if you avoid these 5 mistakes and follow the principles we talked about earlier, you place yourself in a completely different financial path than most people. A path toward freedom, a path toward stability, a path toward real wealth. And remember, wealthy freedom is not about showing the world how rich you are. It's about building a life where money stops controlling your decisions, a life where your time belongs to you, where your future is secure, and where your opportunities are limitless. So if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more powerful strategies about money, investing, and financial freedom, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because here we talk about real ways to build wealth, real strategies to escape the rat race, and real paths to financial freedom. And remember this, the best time to start building wealth was yesterday. The second best time is today. Thank you. See you in the next video.